Hello, hi there. How are you doing today? This is Anna Stropnik coming to you live from Fort Lauderdale. Here it's like a rainy Wednesday. How is the weather over there by you? Who do we have watching today? If you're just joining in, you can type in where you're watching from and say hi. I would love to chat with you and give you a shout out. So today we'll be talking about, I get inspired this morning. I will tell you my story. I actually had to drive into work today in the rain, and it just reminded me of all of those horrible days when I had to do that every single day, Monday through Friday. Yuck. So anyway, if this is the first time you're watching any of my videos, my name is Anna Stropnik, and I help people get healthy, live longer, have more energy, better sleep, and less pain, and I also help them reach their time and financial freedom. So yeah, what happened this morning was I had to go into work to get my computer fixed. So I had to leave the house at like 7 o'clock on a worst rainy day. No fun whatsoever. So I have a question for you. So in the ideal world, what would you prefer? Would you prefer working from home or commuting and working in the office? So everybody's different, and I used to think that working from home would be like super boring, and that I would get lazy, that I wouldn't like take care of myself, I wouldn't like find enough things to do, I wouldn't have people to talk to, and it's all a myth. I absolutely love it. I mean, comparing to getting ready to go to work, putting your clothes on, showering, putting your makeup on. When I'm at home, I can basically work in my PJs until noon if I want to, right? So but then what I calculated today, which was I wanted to do this for me, I saw like the rush hour and that time in the traffic that everybody does, you know, like, so like let's say if you have an hour to get to work and an hour to get back, so that's like 2 hours a day, that's 10 hours on a work week. So I calculated what that is in like working lifetime. So you would be spending, let's say 10 hours a week just commuting. You would spend 520 hours a year, or 20,840 years, which is like a usual work span, right? 40 years. So and then when I think like of my environment, like when I work from home, I make it how I want to feel like that day. I don't need any drama, any stressors. I just like make it positive, and so it was like kind of a shock for me today to see like all the drama and pressure and stress and just what people go through every day, and just like being miserable from like, you know, like waiting for that Friday, and being miserable, I don't know, like driving in the rain, and I don't know, there's nothing more depressing than like that drive. So I try to make myself, even like I never like literally have to do this, but I try to make it entertaining, where I'm listening to like a good book while I'm driving, or talking to someone on the phone. It makes it a little bit better, but yeah, it cannot compare to the freedom that I have when working from home. So let's get a little bit serious here now. Who still believes that working for 40 hours for 40 years and living off 40% of your income when you retire, it's like a solid plan, it's a solid plan for the future? like more and more people don't feel like that anymore, because the times have changed. You have more and more people working longer hours, working more and more, and getting paid less and less. So that income doesn't actually get to be 40%, and it's just something that like people are scared. Like they turn 65 and they're still looking for work because they just cannot afford to live on their retirement. So the trends now are basically there is one in 3 out of 4 Americans now live paycheck to paycheck, and also 1 out of 3 all working age adults have no retirement savings at all. So it's kind of scary. And just like an example, like lots of like higher professions. So if you're comparing us now and like 30 years ago, 40 hours used to be like a norm, like a full-time job. Nowadays 40 hours, it's almost like part-time job, especially for certain like higher end professions such as lawyers. For example, like lawyers, the female lawyers, if they have families and they don't want to be working like, I don't know, like 60-70 hours a week, and they actually get paid less. They pretty much get like 20% pay cut for working 40 hours a week. Isn't that crazy? So the times are really changing, and more and more people are thinking about starting a business, and everybody like finds themselves like thinking, you know, like, is there a better way? Because every time we feel like we have this so-called security with the job, but something happens, you get like either cut out on your benefits, or you get cut out on your hours or on your pay. Some people get laid off. It's there's no job security anymore, so we're just like, you know, fooling ourselves that that's still possible to get that security with a job. The best security you can actually get is by working for yourself. So women are like taking big charge in that. So you will see a lot more moms, and they will instead of looking for a job, they will actually start a home-based business. The same is for millennials. So you find, let me just make sure that I say this correctly, 70% of all 18 to 35-year-olds see themselves working for themselves in the future. So yeah, so basically look at like how the things are now in our new economy. So what is the new economy? People are looking to substitute their income. They're looking to work for themselves. So look at Uber, what it has done. People are looking for that extra income to work for themselves, to be in charge of like that extra flow of cash. So they go and use their personal cars and drive to get paid. Also look at Airbnb, the same thing. People are renting like parts of their homes to make extra money. And then if you look at Amazon and comparing it to it's the largest bookstore, so comparing it to all the bookstores in the world, it's the largest bookstore, but they don't actually own one book. Everything is virtual. So what I love about my home-based business is we're basically like a virtual franchise. So we are personal, like a person franchise. So you start your own business and you have the system that you follow to make you successful. So in that system, it's basically you have it's a low startup cost. You make your own schedule around your family, and you have everything provided for you. So you don't have to worry about like shipping, about accounting, about website, because like building a website can be quite an expense as well. And it's an international business. So really easy for somebody who is looking for for a change, but you don't have like money to invest in something. Like you have an idea, but you don't have money to invest, so you just settle for where you're at. So it's a perfect way to start a business with like no cap. So nobody's gonna tell you on how much you're worth and how much money you can make and cannot make. So that's what I love about it. So my question for you is, are you ready to step up and like start your own business and start living your dream rather than like staying in your comfort zone that is probably becoming smaller and smaller and smaller? So if that's you, I would love to chat. I would love to tell you about the system that I have that is very simple system that duplicates, and anyone can do it. Any background, anyone can do this. So I would love to share this with you. If you have any questions, please personal message me, and I will be more than happy to chat with you. And thank you very much for watching. Enjoy your night.